I found out that 2 hours after like sending that text, he slept with a girl. My dressing room actually, which is a room I feel like we never spend a lot of time in. Somebody asked what happened between me and my ex-boyfriend. This was the first day. I would not be wearing this, but it's not a first day. Also not a second. This one made me giggle so much. Someone just said Thomas Hedon, question mark. Something I have in every single handbag is I've had a boy shout at me like I've never been shouted at before. I mean, he could literally shit in a plastic bag and I'd buy it. Brown floppy hair, which if you're going through that era, I'm praying for you. Good morning, babe. I don't feel like this is kind of dusty. How you doing today, babe? I've already introed this video, but 2 minutes into it realized I was filming on the wrong camera. I'm pretty sure I got soap in that camera a little while ago, but the audio has been skewer for a while. Today I thought you guys could join me on the process that I'm taking to get ready for a date. And you know, look, okay, I wasn't gonna say it, but it's not a first date. That's right, I no longer repulse boys. I took a little break, you know, I took a little time off. And it's game time, bitches. Only recently, like in the last month, had I been sort of dating again. I hadn't really been on a date in like forever. Used to be a serial dater, so I got a lot of stories and stuff, but I needed to take some time off. I don't think it takes a genius to work out why. I've got a coffee and I'm drinking it with teeth whitening strips in. How counterproductive, although I'm telling myself that this straw is working miracles. I also asked you guys to ask me some questions over on my Instagram or just like topics to discuss. We're gonna talk about some funny first date stories. Honestly, when I tell you I could write about dates like this, and you should also keep your eyes and ears peeled because I may or may not have something exciting happening. I probably will get in a lot of trouble to talk about this, but we will be discussing dates and boys and things a little bit more often. Okay, shut up. Let's get started. Someone asked me my most... Is that a match? Also, the colour difference between my face and my neck. I'm back on my fake tan and grind. I literally can't deal with being this pale anymore. Someone asked me my most embarrassing date story. I don't think I've had anything absolutely horrendous, but I have had a date where it sounds so weird when I say it, but it is weird. I don't think there's any like dabbling around the fact it is weird. He fell asleep. It was at his house, which I don't really like going on a first date to someone's house anyway, but he fell asleep. That was interesting. We're literally watching a film and I like look next to me. I'm like, what do I do? Like, what do you do in that situation? Thank fucking God his flatmate came in and woke him up. It's just not ideal. I also once went on a date where he stood up from the table and like tipped his chair backwards, like his chair fell backwards as he stood up. I also just want to say everything I'm saying in this is super completely light-hearted. I know there's a lot of stuff about like, you know, toxic hate culture, and I do agree to a certain extent. Obviously it's really silly and it's all like really ridiculous. I'm not being serious with any of this stuff. Obviously, you know, the definitive factor of why I didn't carry on seeing him was not because he tipped his chair over, but it's just funny. It's something to giggle about. Someone asked, should I pull the what are we or wait for him? Also, I'm going to tell you a life hack right now, and I've been seeing people do this on TikTok and I'm really infuriated that I didn't share it with you sooner. Bring your foundation over your eyes and your eyelashes, and it kind of adds an extra layer onto your eyelashes, and when you powder it and it dries, when you put your mascara on, it will make your eyelashes look so good. And it also, I think it really helps with like transfer. I always get transfer up here, so there you go. Hairs up, big guns are coming out, which I've been going to the gym like every day and I just feel so much better. Anyway, completely sidetracked. Babe, it's 2022. Let's destigmatize like a girl making a move first. Can't really practice what I preach because typically I do wait for a boy, but literally the worst thing that can happen is they're like no, or you don't have the answer you want. But I think confidence is like the most attractive thing. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of boys, but I'm sure a lot of boys would actually be attracted to a girl who's like, right, well, you know, what are we? I think a lot of people think it will make you come across like desperate or too clingy, but I think it just shows that you respect and value your time and you don't want to be being messed around. I would honestly say just go for it, and you should be valuing your time. The person you're with should be, you know, a respectful person and respect you and want to be honest with you. So if they kick up a fuss and they're funny about it, see you later. Got in the bun lot one. No, you're laptop didn't break, I'm here to talk to you about Casetify. I hope I was as smooth on this day as I was with that transition, but also just inside my mouth, so I need a little cleaning off. I can hand on heart say that I have only used Casetify cases for potentially maybe the last 2 years. Their new impact and ultra impact cases are made out of 65% recycled and plant-based material. I'm sorry, I'm hungry, I haven't had breakfast yet. They're antimicrobial and actually kill 99.9% of bacteria. They have a phone case for every occasion. I've genuinely got the biggest box under my bed just full of their phone cases. Who remembers when I used to have this one, the little Line Friends one? Do you know what, actually I might change my phone case up after this video. Also the iconic neon sand cases. So many of the cases are customizable as well. You can see my name of Flossie along the bottom of this one. They're constantly collaborating with different artists, influencers, even like celebrities. They come out with cases. I think this one is so cool. I reckon my sister would really like this one. Make amazing gifts. I say this all the time. This fun. You can see my sheets. Guys, how weird is this? The other night I slept walked and covered my bed in Doritos. I couldn't make it up. Like, opened a packet of Doritos, threw it into my bed, and now there's orange dust all over my bed. I mean, it was like a day ago, so I still haven't washed my sheets. I also put a pair of scissors under the pillow. Like, what? This really fun little mirrored one. Once again, it says Flossie on the bottom of it. I also recently worked with Casetify on these like leather strap-ons, and they're vegan leather, basically a little more like high quality, high-end phone cases from them. And I've always thought these would be so cool for a dad. It actually says Floss along it in black lettering, if you can see that. The ultra impact cases, which are the ones with the little bumpers around the edge here, have 9.8 foot drop protection. That's literally 2 of me. Prove my trust in Casetify. I'm going to launch my phone across my apartment, of course, the standard. Use the huge Selfishes box. I had a huge delivery of Jellycats and Squishmallow. Phone. Fingers crossed. And would you look at that, not a single crack in sight. I'm gonna have a discount code on the screen here, as well as all the links, etc., in the description box down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much. You know when you do your makeup in a different light, I can't see what I'm doing, which is not ideal considering I'm trying to impress. As I said before, I put on some fake tan last night. I also did like a little Olaplex hair mask and stuff. Honestly, more than anything, I love like getting ready for a date because it's just like a nice thing to do. You know, you get to pamper yourself, get a nice outfit on, you literally go and meet a stranger, ask some questions. Dating is so easy. If you're afraid to date, just do it. Just go on one and you'll be like, oh, like that really wasn't that bad. They're so much fun. Like, dating is supposed to be fun. Somebody asked what is my type. I don't know why that really makes me giggle. I was about to say, I think as you get older, girl, you're 21, calm down. But I do think I really don't have a type. I'm so picky with personality. I can be so turned off by the littlest things. Like, you have to be the funniest person for me to like you. If I wanted something pretty to look at, I'd buy a painting or a new dress. Obviously initial attraction does help, but I think if you're also around someone enough, you'll like them. Obviously I don't want to be like repulsed by someone, but I just think personality carries so much. But in the past, it was definitely like brown floppy hair, which if you're going through that era, I'm praying for you. I'm attracted to people with like a unique person or like a creative person. As I said before, like someone really funny. I just need a best friend. Like, you have to keep me excited. I'm a super high energy person and I need someone to like kind of both counteract it but also match it and tolerate it. Honestly, just anyone who can tolerate me. Somebody said dating as a virgin at 20. Girl, you're 20 years old. Like, whether you're 20 or whether you're 40, there really just should be no pressure, and I hate how much pressure there is. I think it's so bizarre. It's not the be all or end all at all. You can have like a very healthy, very good relationship without that, or you can like someone without that, and some people might want to do it on the first date, some people might want to wait a month, some people might not even like it at all. It's such a personal thing, and I just don't think it should matter. And if you are waiting for someone special, or if you're not, the time has just never arisen. It is literally the most insignificant thing in the world, and if a boy cares about that or like kicks up a fuss about that, they're just not the right person. I think it's something really special, and own it, be proud of it. You don't even have to bring it up. It's none of their business, to be honest, to disclose. Someone just walked out of that. Not me talking about virginity. They must be like, who the fuck is living there? Also, guys, I had someone leave like a crate of piss, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know if it was wee. It's bold of me to assume it was wee, but it stank of wee outside my door. Like, I don't know either. But yeah, don't ever think that it's like an unattractive thing, or, you know, it's something you should be embarrassed of, or something you have to disclaim. I feel like that's a big thing. I feel like a lot of girls feel like they have to tell their partner. You don't. You literally don't. You do not have to tell them anything. But if you are like anxious about it, it could be good to have a discussion. I just really don't think it should be a big deal at all. What the fuck is that? It's a joke. Yeah, babe. This one made me giggle so much. Someone just said Thomas Hedon, question mark. Me and Thomas have literally like only ever been friends. I like started listening to his music a couple years ago, and he said I could come to one of his shows, and like we've got some mutual friends and stuff, but no, like nothing's ever happened. I did used to fancy him though. Thank God the poor boy never came near me, because I was a fucking weirdo. Someone asked me if I've ever questioned my sexuality, and obviously I've, you know, thought, do I like girls? But it's just always been a no. I've never felt sexual attraction to a girl, and that's that. I'm gonna quickly do my brows off camera because I don't actually currently have my brow pencil. Like, I've run out, so I'm having to use eyeshadow, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Guess who's back and better than ever. I also added some little, just to let them know I'm not like the other girls. Somebody asked worst experience with a boy. Sit down and buckle in. I've had a boy shout at me like I've never been shouted at before, because he'd had an argument with someone. Something I want to say is, if a boy like ever makes you feel uncomfortable or like unsafe around him, get out. If anyone under any circumstances ever makes you feel uncomfortable or unsafe around them, get out, because I gave him a second chance when he apologized and he just did it again, and they will continue to do it again and again. And I know it's so much easier said than done, because like toxic people like that make you feel like you deserve it. Like, he was just definition of gaslighter, and thank God like I did, and I like kind of stuck up for myself and I did leave, because oh my god, you just don't have to put up with that ever. He was a few years older than me as well. It was not a good situation. I was literally 19. Like, no one should ever speak to you like that. I also had a boy. I really liked him, and he like knew that I really liked him, and we used to argue all the time about the whole what are we then, because he was just never at the same stage as me. And it basically ended in, I don't think you're ever gonna feel this way about me, and you're just stringing me along, because he kind of just liked having me there. And so I did finish with him, and then he goes on holiday with his boys, with his guy friends, and sends me a text whilst he's there, like asking to meet up with me and like talking us through when he's back. Me being the dumb little girl that I am, I was like, yeah, okay, like let's do it. And like, bless me, I was literally so excited. This was about a year ago. I was really hoping that it would like be the best case scenario, and we could talk things out and like talk it through, or like he realized what he was missing, her, a girl who sat like talking about him in our bedroom filming YouTube videos. I mean, and so I met him through like mutual friends, and about a week later I found out that 2 hours after like sending that text, he slept with a girl. Which, I mean, you know, we weren't together, we were never even fucking exclusive. Like, what a piss take. So that was just incredible. There were just so many red flags with him. I'd take him to events, like my like work event, and I'd have like girls coming up to me and saying that he was flirting with them. How embarrassing is that for me? To this day I still don't know a lot of what happened. Don't really care obviously anymore, like been gone, done that. We're on fine like civil terms. If I saw him it wouldn't be weird or anything, but it was not, you know, it was not a great time. And honestly, like, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, one of the biggest reasons like I liked him was because I felt like he was so unattainable. Girls, why are we like this? Let's leave this whole liking toxic boys back in 2021. Somebody asked what happened between me and my ex-boyfriend. Now, like, I will literally so happily talk to anyone about this, because I was so lucky, and being in that relationship was like one of the best best parts of my life, like one of the happiest times of my life. He was nothing but an angel the whole entire way throughout. I was so close with his family, so close with his friends. I could not have a bad word to say. A lot of you guys saw us together and like watched us together, and everything you saw was like so genuine and so real, and I honestly feel so grateful to have grown up like with someone so solid and so supportive and just so lovely. Like it really made me, I think, yeah, like it made me into the person I am now. But just over time, you know, before him I was in like on and off thing with a really fucking terrible boy for a couple years, but I just think we both mutually came to the decision that, you know, we'd never really been single in our whole lives, and he was going off to university. I didn't really know where my YouTube was taking me. I felt like I couldn't make any decisions for myself, and that was never him pressuring me into that. It was just, if I'm in a relationship with someone, well, it goes with anything in my life, I'm either a 0 or 100 person. So we would have had to have been long distance, and I didn't know what decisions I was making for myself, and I didn't know what decisions I was making for the relationship, and I'm sure he felt similar to that as well. So yeah, it just came to an end. We had a phone call, it was during lockdown, and we're still on very, very good terms. If for whatever reason he's watching this, like, I hope you're really good. You know, if you're ever in London, hit me up, we'll go for a coffee. That doesn't mean we're gonna get back together. I'm like, I haven't seen him in so long. I always feel like when people say that, people think you're gonna get back together, that we're not gonna get back together. I'm really lucky, and it's a really nice situation to be in, where we are so civil, and like I look back and all the memories are so lovely, and I really cherish them. And yeah, I got to grow up literally with my best friend, and I just think that's such a blessing. It makes me so sad because I talked to so many of my friends and they had sort of really toxic relationships and stuff growing up, and don't get me wrong, like I could write a book about my first boyfriend, but my most recent ex-boyfriend, he was literally just an angel. Like, made me love myself growing up. Like, he made me feel so special. I feel like I'm banging on about this for so long, but you get the gist. We are fine, we're good, and nothing bad happened. Somebody said to talk about dating apps. I've never been on a dating app date. I've been on dating apps before. I literally, a Hinge voice note as a highlight of my life. I genuinely recommend, even if you've got a boyfriend, you're in a relationship, download Hinge and just go through and listen to the voice notes, because they are just so funny. I've never been on a dating app date, but I don't know why, to be honest. Like, I've arranged them and then just like never gone. No, I can do what I want. I don't know, there's just something about it. I just like, I kind of forget, to be honest. Like, I forget to check, like keeping up conversation with someone. I also think now if I'm gonna meet someone, I want it to be like organically. I think it's because I'm not searching for anything, so it's more so I don't care to invite it into my life. I'm literally like, I date to have fun, and that's fine. You can date for whatever reason you want. Date if you're bored, girl, you know, go ahead. It's 2022. My eyebrows are fucking so hairy. So hairy. Not me plucking my eyebrows after I've done my makeup, like the chaos of it. I'm pretty much done with my makeup. I'm gonna do my lips later on, just because I'm gonna do my hair and it always gets stuck. It's very annoying. I'm gonna do my hair. Do you know, I would show you. Shall I show you? Do you care? Fuck it, I'll show you. I'm gonna show you on a couple strands of hair, and then I'll go off camera and do the rest, because guys, look how long my hair is at the moment. I'm actually obsessed with it. I feel like a Kendall Jenner. I use the Molly May Beauty Works colour. I like this as well because it's a super long barrel, so it is good if you have longer hair. But I'll grab a section of hair and I'll try and lay it flat, if that makes sense, and just wrap it around the curler. Hold it for about 10 seconds. On a strand like this, we'll probably only need to do about 6. Look at my little baby hairs poking through. And then just let that drop and hold it for a second to like try and keep it in place a little bit more. I'm really not very good at describing this. My hair honestly drops out so quickly, so I'll usually curl it in like really tight curls and then give it an hour. It'll be dropped out all nice, and then give it another 30 minutes and you'd never know that I sat in front of the mirror for an hour doing it. It will look like that, super tight, like super beauty queen. beauty queen, prom queen. I'm gonna go off camera and do the rest of my head. And I keep all the curls in one direction, so I wrap them like that, not like towards my face but away from my face. If I'm using a flat iron and I'm kind of doing like a bouncy blow dry look, I'll curl them in towards my face for a little bit of a Jennifer Aniston slay. And then on the other side, obviously I'll go in the reverse direction like that. And I'll see you in a bit when I'm not looking so crusty and dusty. It's enough. It's enough. Me, why don't my curls last? Also me dancing around my bedroom. My dressing room actually, which is a room I feel like we never spend a lot of time in. Partly because it looks like this half the time. Like that is not a vibe. It's not quite a Kim Kardashian dressing room, but it's authentic, okay? I'm gonna take these teeth whitening strips out because, oh my god, they're so like sticky. Time to bring my lips back to life. I'm using the NYX lip liner in the shade London. This is such like a good nude shade. This lighting is what nightmares are made of. I'm also having to bend down so much because I'm literally in my underwear. I'm gonna overline slightly like the top and the bottom. Just kind of try and keep it in the middle though. Okay, yeah, cannot see a thing I'm doing. We're moving, we're moving. I'm not gonna lie guys, the reason I was doing that in my bathroom is because I was too lazy to walk into my bedroom and pause my phone because I'm listening to Rex Orange County, which, my fellow Rex Orange County guys and gals, what are the thoughts on his new album? I am thoroughly enjoying. I mean, he could literally shit in a plastic bag and I'd buy it, but I was lucky enough to go and see him. I was invited along to his first show of 2022. I think he said it was his first show he's done in a few years, and it was just so good. And I love the album. Like, genuinely the songs resonate with me, partly because they're all about being miserable and then feeling a little bit less miserable. You're basically getting a flat tour at this point. I'm then going to use this filler gloss from Maybelline. Actually, it's called Lifter Gloss, sorry. This one is in the shade 007. These lip glosses are just gorgeous. I see loads of girls on TikTok using them. They know. It literally is like lip injections in a gloss, and just like that, look how big and juicy and plump my lips look. I've also got a like, line of foundation around my mouth that it should probably blend out. Okay, girl queens, I'm gonna change into my outfit now. Do you know what? I'll just save it, okay? Bye, see ya, take it easy. Push a P, I push a P. This is my outfit. If this was the first day, I would not be wearing this, but it's not a first day. It's also not a second. I've got this really sweet little corset top on from Urban Outfitters, and then just a plain black skirt from Zara. We're going kind of like out. Guys, I'm testing the waters. I'm seeing how he is in a clubbing environment. This could be make or break. We're going kind of out, so I think I'm just gonna wear these shoes. These are also from Zara. Girls, if you haven't got on the Zara heel hype yet, what are you doing? Honestly, the best, comfiest night out shoes. I can last all night in these. I think I'll wear these. I have a black, I have a couple of pairs of black heels, but one of them's patent and they're really high. I've got my black knee-high boots, but they broke. The bloody soul. Honestly, I haven't had a pair of black knee-high boots that have lasted longer than a month. I don't know what I do in them. Run around like a little girl. I literally like behave like a little girl on nights out. I've got my like birthday ones, my Versace ones, but they're huge. They also broke. Don't seem to be having the best luck. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with these. And that's my outfit. Obviously, I've got like all my jewelry on. I've got so much jewelry on, so I usually would wear like a really big pair of like gold hoops, but I've just put in these teeny tiny little sparkly ones. I love how I'm like something subtle. Girl, you look like a hooker. Oh, we're back with the ring light. I'm ready to go now, guys. I'm literally just gonna put a bit. This perfume is so expensive. I say it pains me to spray it, but clearly doesn't. I'm all ready to go, but I thought I'd run you through some of my like date handbag essentials, help you out. I feel like an older sister, living my older sister fantasy that I never got to have. Obviously, card, ID, all that good stuff. Mirror and a liner and a lip gloss. Gum as well. Something I have in every single handbag is a mini perfume. I always get the Zara ones. I literally just get them at checkout if ever I'm at Zara. An absolute lifesaver. They also like double up as hand sanitizer. Probably will make my hands so wrinkly by the age of like 30. But they're so useful, so handy, and I feel like girls as well, like even for a night out, there's always a girl who's grateful that you've got perfume on you. Oh, very on brand. Gosh, this is an old one. Half a nail. Take that out. And that is absolutely everything. I'm off to have a really lovely evening and a really fun time. Thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let me know if you guys are going on any dates or anything fun, or if you're going on a first date, or maybe this has inspired you to say yes to a first date. I'm also active over on other social medias like Instagram. My handle is @Flossie. I'll like leave all my stuff in the description box down below. I've also just got a Snapchat recently, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, I love you all so much. Kisses. Mwah. One for luck, aren't you lucky?